Alright. It will behoove you to turn on this UWV. You guys see it here? Right? So now, if I go back to unbounded geometry, I get this work plane from geometry, right? So if I click on snap and hide, so it could ask me what face I want, right? So now let's say I wanted this face. Let's say that I wanted to work on this face, right? I will click it on that face, yes. Make a work plane from geometry. See how I moved it?
And is that?
So now if you guys wanted to make more lines to face from there, then you would do it from there.
So you do that on every side.
You can. Yeah. Or you could translate the lines on whatever axis you're working on, right? I could do it on the Z, and I could translate it 3 inches out if it's 6 inch, if it's a 6 inch part, right? On my Z. There's multiple ways of doing it, guys, right? You just gotta pick whatever's easier and simpler for you. Does that make sense? But that's one of the easier ways to do it. Now, if I push F7, well, it still takes me to this one, but if I bring this over to my left view, right view, right? Here goes that, correct? So on my right view, if I start drawing my lines now, it didn't show it, well, the toolpath is on. But I clicked on that line, that's why that happened. But like, let's say I want something based off of,
Put that line there.
yeah, well, that's my shoe. So now if I do that one, it's on that plane. You guys see that?
So you just
So
be able to make
it's,
a box.
it's out there. Now, kind of like SolidWorks. When you click on the face, and then it starts working from there, that's what that work plane does. Does that make sense? So everybody that's trying to make those lines to then start doing a facing square, that's how you would work that out. To make the lines come out
For all the
instead of
planes.
staying on that same plane. And remember, guys, wherever you make your chains, that's where your tool's gonna work off of, right? So if I make a chain here, it's gonna go there and create the tool path. Make another chain here, it's gonna go there and make the tool path, right? That's why Gannon was getting that mistake earlier. He said, hey man, you made a chain on this axis that I'm not even recognizing. Well, once we did like what I told you, and we'll do it again real quick just so you guys won't forget, right? We wanna go to the actual mill, switch to mill, right? Then we're gonna hit here on common machining, then setup. Under assembly, we're gonna go to table, axes. On my A, I'm gonna hit rotary. On the X axis, I'm gonna put 1. On B, rotary, make that a 0 now and put a 1 over here on B. If you put if you do A and B, but you leave 1 here for both of them, you just made 2 axes but on the same plane. So there's no point in doing that, right? Because each axis should only have 1 plane, correct? So this way, B is on that one now also. Does that make sense? So make sure you do that, and then that way, you're able to work on the different faces. Does that make sense? Alright, so on this last one, I just clicked the face. I think on this, I just clicked the face. That's why the chain didn't clean it all the way up.
And also, so when you make your stock, you gotta account for them 2 raised sections. It's not just 6 inches, it's 6.
Right, well, if I go to my stock, and I actually click on my part, look at my numbers, right?
Mhm.
So it moved it with those accounted for.
Okay, so it automatically does it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna erase this one, the first one. I'm gonna erase both of them and just do it again. So now I hit stop. Look how much that's sticking out, and this is sticking out too, right? And up here also. See,
Okay.
it made it from it, like
Yes.
it extended it all the way out there. Does that make sense?
So it's just looking at your piece and seeing you got raised seconds, so it's just going on.
Yeah, wherever the red section's at, it's just filling everything else in, according to those numbers, right?
Cool shit.
What'd you guys think?
Brain
Well,
rage.
the SolidWorks wasn't a problem. It's freaking
Oh, yeah.
eSprit.